Hi everybody, it's Carla with Cobweb Corner and welcome to FlossTube number 44. If you're just joining me for the first time, this is a channel about cross stitch and my cross stitch online store. So welcome. We're actually getting pretty close to almost 900 subscribers. We're at like 890 the last time I looked, which is pretty phenomenal. I'm really happy about that. I've got a lot to share with you today, so I'm going to jump right into it. Last time I shared a walkthrough of our RV and some photos from some of our camping trips, and I got a lot of comments on that. We've gone on one more trip. We went to Lanesboro, Minnesota, and rode the Root River Trail, which we had done 2 years ago. And we went back and we stayed in a campsite where we were literally like 100 yards away from the trail. And we could go 3 different directions. So the first day we were there, we actually went to Mystery Cave State Park and did a 2-hour hike, which was really, really nice. And then the next day we rode, my brother-in-law and his wife joined us, and we rode south to Harmony, Minnesota. And then the next day we rode towards, what was it? Rushford or something like that, I can't remember, and we stopped in Wayland for pie. So we rode through Lanesboro, went to Wayland, got some pie, and then went like another 10 miles. So we rode, each day we rode about 32 miles, and our hike was about 2 hours. So we got a lot of exercise in that week. Or it was, let's see, that was, God, time just flies, I tell you. Guess it was a week and a half ago that we got back from there. I had someone ask me how much stitching I take with me when we go out in our RV, and we usually are only gone 2 to 4 nights so far, and if I have a project that I'm almost done with, I take 2 projects with me. Otherwise, if I have a lot to do on one, I just take 1. But I have to say, I have yet to get my stitching out while we camp. I thought it would be this nice relaxing time and I'd get all kinds of stitching in the evening. But we are up and out, either hiking, biking, or going into a small town and doing things all day long. And then we make a big supper, and then we're exhausted. We're usually in bed by 9:30 or so, and because we have to get up and do our next day's worth of activities. So I haven't had time to get any of my stitching out while we camp. I think that if we went on an extended trip, like we hope to next spring, go to Seattle and be gone for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, then I would get some stitching done. Or if we had some days that we were camping and it rained, you know, or something like that, then, but so far I haven't done any. But it's been a lot of fun. I have no regrets about buying the RV. And at the end of this video, I'll share some of the photos that we took while we were camping in Lanesboro, Minnesota. Stitchy mail. Well, what else has gone on? Not much else has gone on. We're still staying home. We don't go anywhere really unless we have, even getting groceries, I order them online and then go pick them up, so I don't ever get out of the car. We're still very serious about COVID here. It's trying and wearing. But thank goodness I have my business to keep me busy, and my husband is still working at home, and things are going well, but you know, it's just hard for everybody. And I just sympathize so much with the parents who have to decide what to do with their kids for school and make those decisions. I just am sick for the kids that are missing out on activities and socialization and stuff. But I don't know what the answer is. I'm really glad that my daughter's grown and doesn't have grandchildren yet, although I really, really want grandchildren, and that I don't have to make those decisions. And if you're one that is making that decision, I feel for you. I feel your pain. It's just a horrible situation for everybody. But good news. So I had some fun stitchy mail. I had 2 emails from people who. One found us for shopping. Said, hi Carla, I'm glad I found you. I'm so glad I found you on Google. We had a stitching shop in Clinton, Iowa for many years, but it had to close during, I'm kind of paraphrasing, due to an increase in rent, that the rent was too high, which, you know, is just a huge common problem for local needle shops. She did some finishing work on at the shop for 40 years and is still going to continue. This is from, let's see, Wendy, and she lives in either Iowa or Illinois. And she says, I'll give your website address out to my friends who do still stitch, and maybe I'll get a few more orders. So she was just really glad to find this on Google, and I included this stitch email, first of all, because somebody took the time to, you know, say, to reach out. And, you know, you don't have to do that. So it makes me really, really happy when somebody does that. And also, as a side business note, more and more people are finding me on Google because I set up my, quote, business page on Google. So I have my shop, of course, my online shop, but then you can also do, as a business owner, you can set up yourself as a business with an, you know, usually it's for brick and mortar shops, and it shows, you know, you can include a photo of your store, your storefront, or the inside of your store or whatever, and you can give your hours and stuff like that. And I had to get verified, so I signed up for that, said that I'm the owner of Cobweb Corner in Swisher, Iowa, and then I had to verify that I actually was an owner they sent me a postcard with a verification number on it to my business address, and then got all that done. And ever since, I started showing up in searches. So now if you're, especially, you know how Google will show you local businesses first, so you can go, if you're from Iowa or even Illinois, you can type in cross stitch store and or needle shop store, and now Cobweb Corner comes up as one of those stores. And I've really seen an increase in Iowa sales and due to that. So that's just another thing that it took me a long time to get figured out and get set up, but it really makes a difference. You know, if you can show up on Google anywhere, then it's going to help the business. The second stitch email that I got is from Vicki. I'm not going to give out her last name because I didn't get permission, but I'm going to read you the whole thing, and this just made me so happy. It says, "Hi Carla, I'm going through years of accumulated, quote, stuff, getting ready for a huge garage sale. I ran across all my old counted cross-stitch supplies. They haven't been touched in probably 10 years or maybe longer. It brought back such happy memories of all the things I made and all the projects I had hoped to get done one day. I thought to myself, too bad counted cross-stitch is a thing of the past. I sure did enjoy it. Guess I better get rid of all this stuff at the garage sale since no one is interested in cross-stitch anymore. Before doing that, though, I decided to Google it to see if cross-stitch was still popular, and I learned it was. Also found your YouTube channel and watched some of that. It was great. Checked out your Facebook page to see that you live in Swisher, Iowa." And then she goes on to talk about family history in Iowa. "I'm looking forward to spending more time checking out your YouTube channel. I guess the reason I'm sending you this email is to say thanks. I'm so happy, so looking forward to keeping all of my cross-stitch supplies and getting back into it." This email made me so happy because one of my main goals as the owner of a cross-stitch store is to encourage people to learn to stitch or continue stitching. And so many of us, especially in my age group, you know, we started back in the 80s possibly, and you know, then yeah, I got married, I had my daughter, I quit stitching for like 15-20 years, and I had no idea what was happening in the industry and how big it got, and the amazing designs and the creativity of the designers and how many designers there are. And once I discovered FlossTube about 1.5 years ago, that's what got me back into stitching. I was so excited to see all of the people on FlossTube sharing what they were stitching and talking about what they're gonna stitch, and I learned about Mania. I went to market for the first time. So even though I was the owner of a shop for 19 years, I just wasn't tuned in the way that I am now. And FlossTube did that for me, and I am so happy that somebody found my FlossTube channel and it encouraged them to start stitching again. And that just really made my day. So I'm so glad that she took the time to share that with me. Let's see, my stitching, I had a finish. So that doesn't happen very often because I'm not a super prolific stitcher, but I finished Miss Peepers by Little House Needleworks. Isn't she adorable? The only thing is I wish I would have done a floss toss before I stitch, because the kind of white or cream color here doesn't show up very well. So it doesn't show that there's a kind of an outline to the book unless you really look. I thought about going over that maybe with a darker color, but I'm just going to leave it. I don't know how I'm going to finish this yet, whether I'll find a small frame or try my hand at making a pillow. I don't ever finish my stuff. All of the things I've stitched in the last year are still sitting in a drawer unfinished, except for a little needle case kit that I made. And that one's fully finished. So I'm just really happy with Miss Peepers. So I got that done, and then I also continued work on Rainbow. So I finished all of this section here and started filling in the black here, and I've got a little bit more black to fill in here, and then some outlining on the ears, and then all of these empty spots are Chronic metallic thread, and I'm saving that for last. I'm not looking forward to it. There's a lot of Chronic in it, but she is just looking great. I love Rainbow. So that's pretty much all of my stitching. I didn't have any new starts, but that's pretty good for me. And on the Rainbow theme, our winner, the contest last week was your choice of any of the charts in the Colorful series by Kitty and Me that I have in stock. And the winner for that was Sherry Bisbee. And Sherry, you need to get a hold of me so that you can tell me which chart you would like. You had to just use the word colorful in a comment, and you were eligible for the giveaway. Along that, I want to introduce our colorful series Needle Nannies. Right now, these Needle Nannies are exclusive to Cobweb Corner, and they'll be exclusive to Cobweb Corner until around the 1st of November. So I have an arrangement with Pamela Kellogg to sell a number of the colorful series designs as Needle Nannies, and they are so awesome. So I'm going to share a few of them. This is Rainbow, and you can only find Rainbow on Cobweb Corner. This is Freedom, and I'm sorry it's not showing up really in focus. It's because it's back set in there a little bit in the container. But aren't these amazing? This is Bumblebee and Hollyberry and Patriot the Eagle and Phantom. I love Phantom. Phantom is a super popular chart and a popular Needle Nanny. Here's Leopold, the new colorful lion. And this one is Strawberry Shortcake. Or is it just Shortcake? Shortcake, I think. And that's just a few of them. So I will put a link down below to the Needle Nannies by Kitty and Me Designs. And they're just amazing. I had one of them. Let's see, which one do I have? I actually have Cobweb, my exclusive design, and the Needle Nanny here. So you can get an idea. They're 1 inch diameter. They're made by Zappy Dots, and I've never used a Needle Nanny before, and now I almost can't stitch without it. I completely rely on it for knowing where my needle is and getting my needle out of the way. So those are now available, and there's quite a few designs. I think I have, I don't know, 18 or 20 of the colorful designs. So that's fun. Business side of things. I keep doing floss updates, and the floss situation is not really getting any better. First of all, I went to order floss. I was out of dozens of colors, and I ordered my floss from Witchelt and noticed that the price per box retail went from I don't know, $8, let's see, it went to $12 a box. So it cost me $6 a box for 12 skeins of floss. So the per skein floss by DMC went up to $1 a skein. And I mentioned before that I pretty much lose money on DMC floss. So I had recently raised my price to 59 cents a skein. And then I went in, I don't know how many dozens of boxes I ordered, but I had mostly floss in my order, some fabric. Well, my order was way over $2,000, and I made the decision to increase my DMC floss. I went and looked at what other sites are doing. Some of the big sites are 60 cents a skein, and then some of the smaller needlework shops that have online stores are at 89 cents a skein. And so I increased mine to 65 cents a skein. And it was a really hard decision, but you know, as a business owner, I just can't continue to sell an item that I lose money on. You know, if somebody buys $35 worth of floss, DMC floss, which is not unusual, it happens a lot, and they are eligible for free shipping, then I lose money on that order. And the time it takes to fill a floss order is, you know, if somebody goes in and orders 100 skeins of DMC floss, it takes me a long time to fill that order. So, and my time is worth money. You know, I could be entering new inventory, although my favorite thing to do is fill orders. So that's not such a hardship. But I hope you see what I'm saying, that it just, you know, you have to make good business decisions along with trying to make your customers happy. So I didn't go all the way up to 89 cents, which I was kind of tempted to go to maybe 75. But for now, the DMC floss is 65 cents a skein. It's also taking forever to get here. Witchelt is way behind because of COVID, and they used to ship within 2 days. And I think I've mentioned this before, and they are really short-staffed and very busy. All due to COVID and what they need to do to stay safe. Sorry, my eye itches today. And their orders that used to take about 2 to 3 days to get shipped are taking upwards of 3 weeks. And then I only get a fraction of the order. So I've had some DMC floss that I ordered 6 or 7 or 8 weeks ago trickling in as back orders, and those are mostly done. And now I've submitted an order for, like I said, dozens of boxes of floss, I don't know, mid last week, and I'm expecting it to be at least 2 weeks before whatever they have in stock gets shipped out to me. So that's a bummer. On General Arts Thread, they are open again, but they're also about 2 to 3 weeks, about 2 weeks out on their orders. But when they do ship to me, I only get a tiny fraction of what I order. So for example, I put in an order for, I don't know, $1,300 wholesale of their floss about 3-4 weeks ago, and they sent me $300 of it. And the rest just, I have to reorder. And when I reorder, then I get back in the queue of 2 to 3 weeks out. And they just don't have all of their floss made. They've been behind on their dyeing process and getting the base threads and stuff for over a year, way before COVID. And then COVID happened. They got way behind on orders because they had to close. They were in Ohio, and all non-essential businesses were told to close. And now they're trying to play catch up again. And they're really great people to work with. But it's frustrating that you place a $1,200 order and 25% of it gets shipped. But there's nothing they can do about it. They got to get caught up. So that I buy directly from them. And then Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colorworks I order through Hoffman. And again, I'm getting about 30% of what I order. So I just go in and I place an order, and I don't know what's gonna come until it comes, and then I go in and I place another order, and I order the same colors again, hoping that this time the company has provided those colors that I need to Hoffman to ship to me. So it's really frustrating, and I, you know, as a stitcher, I feel your pain, because it's I know people need a lot of floss, but we just gotta wait till things can get back to normal. So that's my business update. I hate that there's I'm always talking about floss, but it seems to be the big issue right now with everybody. So okay, so that just sounded really depressing, but it's, you know, it is what it is. And hopefully my next order from Witchelt, even though the price was increased, will have a lot more stuff in shipped to me right away. So the giveaway for this week is something pretty unique. It's not a pattern. What it is a set of greeting cards based on Mirabilia designs, and I got these through Witchelt, and there's 4 designs included, and they aren't photos of the finished design. They're a photo of the design in progress as she was working it up. So it says the preliminary study shown on the front is by cross-stitch designer Nora Corbett. It is the beginning of what becomes your cross-stitch masterpiece. Adding to its charms are the sketch marks, paper folds, and graph lines. So here's an example. Here's one of the designs, the Santa. And you can see there are graph lines in there and some pencil marks. And you get 3 of 4 different designs. This one is Millennium Angel. And they're blank on the inside. And this one is Christmas Flourishes. And the last one is Archangel. So you get 12 cards and 12 12 note cards and 12 envelopes. And I think they retail for $12. I'm not sure. I was thinking about carrying them in my shop, and I don't know. I haven't decided whether I am. So I've had these sitting around for a while, and I thought, you know, it's not going to be too much longer, and people are going to be sending out Christmas cards. So maybe we'll do a giveaway with those. So if you would like to enter the giveaway for the cards, just use the word card or cards somewhere in your comment. And you can just say, I'd like to win the cards. Maybe don't use the word win. Don't use the word giveaway. You have to be 18 years old, and I'd like you to be a subscriber to my channel in order to enter. So that will be the giveaway for next week, and I will get that back in there later. New inventory. So I wanted to share some of the new things that I've added to the shop. I have a new designer that I've added, probably not new to you, but I haven't had their designs on our site before, and that's Stitching with the Housewives, and their designs are so cute. So far I have from the Sip of the Seasons, Ronnie and the Bees, and also from a Sip of the Seasons, Sam and Liberty, where the Eagle Liberty is in the, so each one of these has a coffee cup or a tea cup or whatever. So that one has a beehive in the cup, and this one has the American Bald Eagle in the cup. Then from the Year of Vintage Trucks, Trucking Along, I've got July. Oh, Thule, that's my kitty Thule crying. She cries a lot. Trucking Along, also Vintage Trucks, September. And then I have Calvin and Clyde. And also from the Sip of the Seasons, we've got Clovis and Stanley. And there's a little scarecrow type of thing in the cup there. From the Trucking Along, we've got June. I love the strawberry border on this one. And then Buzz of the Bees. And from the Sip of the Seasons, Penelope and Peep. And there's a little chick in the mug there. And also Sip of the Seasons, Jolly St. Nick and Rudolph. And Rudolph is in the mug. and then Long May She Wave. And last one I have is August from the Truckin' Along series. So I'm really excited to have those in stock now. So you can find those. I'll have a link to that down below where you can find all their designs. Some other things I added, I've got Erica Michaels' Constant Companion, and that says, methinks it is a token of healthy and gentle characteristics when women love to sew, especially as they are never more at home with their hearts than while so occupied. And that is a verse from Nathaniel Hawthorne. And then I've been trying to get this in stock for a long time, A New Constellation by Plum Street Samplers. And the verse, I can't see it without my cheaters on, but it's about it's text about having the American flag and that it will be made up of alternating stripes. So it's a patriotic design. It's just beautiful. I love the tall flowers here that act as a border. Instead of having individual flowers, they have two really tall bouquets. I really like that. Then I got a bunch. I talked last time on my FlossTube channel about not being able to get the new designs with Thy Needle and Thread, and I still can't. I have not heard from Brenda Gervais, so if anybody has any information on how I can get the newer designs, I would love to know. But I did go ahead and order some of what Hoffman does still have in stock, and they're a little bit older designs. I've got from the Hoopla series, Valentine's Day, and Merry Old Soul, and Basketful of Wintertime. And isn't that so unique that they put the sampler house inside a basket? That's just, I would never think of that. Gone Batty. Hoopla, Holiday Hoopla Thanksgiving. Holiday Hoopla Christmas. Spring into Baltimore. Autumn in Baltimore. I love this little squirrel on top of this big pumpkin. It's so cute. Mice in the Sewing Room. This is cute. I would make such an adorable pincushion. Oops, got a few of those. I think that's it with Thy Needle and Thread. I got the new design by Lindy Stitches, Beach Dance. Oh, here's one more. Oh no, I did that one already. Then I got a couple more in the Blooming Bouquets series. I don't know if I have all 4 of them listed now or not. These are by Jeanette Douglas, and they are beautiful. There's, I think, 4 in the series, and I think I have them all entered on my site. So this one is Blooming Bouquets number 4, Beautiful. And it's got roses. Blooming Bouquet number 3, Joyful. I think this is my favorite poinsettias for Christmas. This is so gorgeous. It's got the word joyful at the bottom. And Beautiful Bouquets number 1, Thankful. I don't know that I have number 2 entered yet. And this one's beautiful too. This one says, for all that I have loved, I saved. For all that I needed, I received. For all that I completed, I rejoiced. All that I dreamed, I achieved. Then for all of those, there are thread packs. So they call for quite a variety of specialty threads, Gloriana threads. This is for Blooming Bouquet number 3, Joyful. And this is also, they call it, this one doesn't have any beads, it's just floss. But it includes Gloriana threads, Classic Colorworks, Belle Soie, and the Thread Gatherer. So they're a little pricey, but you get everything you need to complete that design. And I mentioned last time too that if you are having trouble finding the floss you need for a particular chart, there are a number of charts available with floss packs. I have a number of Tempting Tangles, Glendon Place charts. There's a great Halloween chart that has a floss pack available for it. But that's a way to, if you're having trouble getting started on a design, that's a way to pick out a chart to stitch and get everything you need for it. And I have a lot of embellishment packs too, that if you can't find everything individually, you can go and look for all of the contents in a single embellishment pack. So anyway, that's my new inventory. I've been really busy. I have so much more inventory to enter. And I don't know, I gotta quit camping, I guess. So I'm gonna try to include here some photos from our Lanesboro trip. I hope you enjoy those. Thanks for joining me, everybody, and I hope you have a great, happy, stitchy time until I'm able to get my next FlossTube out. Bye-bye.